Welcome back to Marketing for Normal People. I'm Sarah, and I just wanted to show you real quick how to use the brand new magnetic mask in Final Cut 11. And make sure you stick around because I'm going to show you a couple really cool practical uses for simple talking head videos. It seems like it sometimes, but this is not just for big fancy video projects. There are a lot of really cool things that we can do on videos just like this one. So let's jump in. I've dragged my video in right over here, and there are 3 different ways to access the magnetic mask. So I'll walk you through those real quick. The first is with this magic wand right here. So if you click on that, you can see Add Magnetic Mask. Another way is through your effects browser. So right over here, we went to effects, then masks and keying, and then magnetic mask. And so you would just drag that on whatever you wanted to be tracked. And then the third option is to go up to modify. My screen's cutting this off right now, but I'm clicking on modify and you can see add magnetic mask right here. So those are the 3 ways to get there. But my favorite one is just using the magic wand because it's right there. It's very easy to find. So the part that's going to be the most difficult about this magnetic mask for it to pick up on consistently is going to be my hair, because over here you can just see my hair is a similar color to the background. And yeah, so I'm just going to find a good frame where my hair is away from the microphone and maybe the light's reflecting nicely off of my hair. I think right about here probably looks the best for that. So I'm going to try right here. And then I'm going to click on the magic wand, add magnetic mask. And I'm just going to click somewhere on myself and we'll work with it from there. So you can see that it did a pretty good job. There are a couple areas that it selected that I don't want selected. And so to get rid of that, I'm going to click on this minus sign right here. We'll start with this. This is going to be the really broad sweeping selector tool. So the table, it'll get just fine. I'm going to zoom in. Got some of the background over here. That got rid of it pretty well. We'll see about that. It looks like it might have gotten rid of a little too much, but we'll try that. And the rest looks pretty good. You can toggle those lines on and off up there. But the red is what matters the most. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to try that. And so I'm going to go ahead and click analyze up here. And this is going to take a second. I'll just let it run. All right, so this finished up analyzing and I was just scrubbing through a little bit, and I did notice that a couple of these frames are definitely not quite what I would want them to be. For the sake of demonstration, it doesn't matter too much, but I'll just, you can click around a little bit more with this dropper tool. Otherwise, there are paintbrush tools right here where you can do like a plus, so it's adding the mask. You can also do a minus where it takes away the mask. And so those are just tools at your disposal. I'm not going to get too perfect here. You can definitely, with hair and stuff, you can sit there with the pen and just on one frame. If you do, I noticed that if you do one frame and then reanalyze it, a lot of times it'll kind of figure out how to track it a little bit better through the rest of the video. So you can try that. But yeah, if you just sit there for a bit and you can nitpick a little bit more than I'm going to do right now. But I just want to show you. So I'm going to call this done. I'm going to click on done, and you can see that I will zoom out a little bit. You can see that overall, for the most part, the background is removed. And what we can do with this is I can copy it and bring it on the top. And if we remove the magnetic mask from this layer, now we have 2 different layers that paint the same scene, but this gives us a lot of power because what we can do is is some simple things like a lot of times people will use this for color correcting. So we can color correct the subject of the video, and we can just click over here, and there are all kinds of different color controls. Just not going to make this pretty. Just as an example, you can color correct just the subject without color correcting the whole scene. So this is just a much easier way to do that than was available before, because masks were not this clean or like just this nice. And it was a lot more work to keyframe and yeah. So you can color correct. Another really cool thing that you can do, I have this title that I created. You can do something like this where you have a title that comes behind you. It just interacts with the scene better. And so it's like in between layers. That's just a really cool option that you can do. Another thing you can do is you can blur the background. So we can just throw a Gaussian blur on the background, make it a little bit less intense. Just have some nice blur there. You can also add the microphone back into or just like anything that you want in the same depth of field, or if you have another moving thing that you want as part of the mask, I'll just show you that real quick. So we can go back to the mask and click on this little person here. And then if we click on this button right here, we can add in another part to the scene. So that's good enough, but I just want to show you that real quick. So now that's part of the mask, and so that isn't, oh, well, I didn't analyze the whole thing. If I were to analyze the whole thing, that would become part of the whole scene or part of that mask scene. And yeah, that would just be clear and not blurred. So a Gaussian blur in the background is another thing you can do. Another option is to do something a little bit more extreme, like make the background black and white. You can apply, you can make the subject glow. You can do all kinds of different things because you have these two layers separate now. And so, yeah, that just gives you a lot of options. And there are a ton of other things you can do with this that I haven't mentioned. I've just shown you a few of the most simple, tasteful options that I could come up with. Obviously, I didn't do them very tastefully. If I spent a little bit more time on them, they could look very good. But that's what I have for you. A lot of people are a lot more creative than I am, so go play with it and go see what you can come up with. Now, if you want another quick, simple tech tutorial, go ahead and click on this video right here. And as always, if you want our free marketing crash course where we teach the fundamentals of modern marketing that help you drive awareness, grow an audience, and get people to buy from you, go to marketingfornormalpeople.com or click or scan right here. We'll see you later.